Today we're going to be making self-portraits on an app called Sketchbook app, and we're going to be inspired by the work of Kehinde Wiley. So let's go. So we're going to look at one artwork, and this is a portrait by Kehinde Wiley, and it's called Dacia Carter. And it is absolutely gorgeous. And we are going to be making an artwork today inspired by his portraits. As other portraits, he has this kind of natural wallpaper in the back of leaves and flowers, and it's often very dramatic. And she is wearing a gorgeous dress, and her skin is just glowing, and there's a very, very drastic lighting coming from one side, and also a little bit from underneath her chin, but it's very dramatic. You know, there's a lot of deep, dark shadows, and then there's a lot of very, very bright spots from the light, and that makes it really dramatic. And Kehinde Wiley was borrowing a lot of ideas from the Baroque era, which is early in the 17th century until about 1750. And the Baroque era, the paintings were incredibly rich. They were painted in such a way that you almost felt like you could touch the paintings because they look so real. All those aspects he borrowed, and he kind of repurposed it into his own style. Posture is also very important. That in all of the portraits, there's a certain sense of power and pride sort of embedded in the way that it's both posed and in the way that it's dramatically embellished with all the decorations. And it's very rich in both color and in adornment. As you notice, Kehinde Wiley had these amazing backdrops that were almost like wallpaper. And I know this generation might not know what wallpaper was. In my family's generation, wallpapers were actually decorative papers that were glued onto walls to decorate the walls. And they came in rolls. And so a lot of these are sort of like these wallpapers, designs, or pattern. In order for us to create our Kehinde Wiley inspired portraits, we are going to be Googling wallpaper patterns, and you're going to choose one that you like and hold on to that in your photo album or in your camera app on your iPad. So this is the agenda. You're going to take a picture of yourself in a pose that shows pride, power, or a dramatic emotion. Just make sure that it's a purposeful pose and that you're communicating something positive with your body. And then you're going to go and Google for a wallpaper background or a wallpaper pattern, and you're going to again also save that in your camera on your device. And then you're going to go and upload the app if you don't already have it, and you're going to use those two photos to layer your backgrounds and make a Kehinde Wiley inspired portrait. Let's go.
So you open up your Sketchbook app, and you'll get a blank page. Pull up your photo and adjust it at the size you wanted. Then you put a blank paper on top, or a layer on top. Make sure you have it clicked, and now you're going to go and find the image that you chose for your background. It's going to look like it's on top of the face. Ignore it. Just adjust it completely how you want it to look for the background, and then press done. Now you're going to move the layer to the right underneath your face. Now all we have to do is cut away the parts that we don't want with a tool on the top left called lasso. The important thing to remember when you're using the lasso tool is not to lift up your stylus. It wraps around what needs to be cut out. Now you're going to click on the smaller face and press cut. And there you have your background. Now we need to do the right side. Do the same thing. Find lasso, go around, make sure not to lift your finger while you're tracing. Click on the smaller picture of your face, press the scissor, and there you have it. Your Kehinde Wiley-Inspired self-portrait.
So I hope you had a good time. I hope you made a Kehinde Wiley-inspired self-portrait using your iPad and the app called Sketchbook app. So please share your art with me. I would love to see them. And until next time.